This episode of Real Garbage is brought to you by the second most superior pop, root beer. The most superior is Dr. Pepper.
Whoa.
It is.
Root beer's better than Dr. Pepper.
No.
I can drink like 6 root beer in a row.
I can drink like 6 Dr. Peppers in a row.
It's too sweet and weird. Okay, fine. This episode is also brought to you by buying new shoes. It just feels fucking good.
Unless you have to break them in.
This is Real Garbage.
Well, I bought 2 pairs today because I bought a pair from Winners because I'm cheap.
Duh.
I'm frugal.
Yeah, that's what I do. Especially if they're work shoes, like they're gonna get destroyed anyway.
Well, I start walking in them and they're making like this. Every time I go to push off the ball of my foot, the leather on the side is like kinking in a spot and it's actually popping. It's making a popping noise. I'm walking down the street going, what the fuck is this? I can't be walking around. I sound like I'm wearing heels. Click, 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 click. So eventually, like I met up with this girl. We had coffee, and the whole time I'm just like pushing the ball of my foot into the floor, just trying to crank them to break them in. And we were there for a good hour. And walking home later, I was like, okay, sweet. They're not. I don't want to have to take them back.
Yeah.
I hate returning stuff, especially right now because it's picking up because of the holiday season, and just I can't stand. I'm not a big Christmas person.
No, me either.
And I hate going into the store and seeing people just buying stupid, useless Christmas crap.
I know.
It's like, why you decorate this shit out of your house? You're wasting a bunch of money on stupid shit you're just going to throw away later. Oh, we got to get new Christmas stuff. Throw that stuff in the garbage. And then it's just a vicious cycle. It's like,
yeah.
It's such a waste.
When I have my own place, I'm going to have a pre-decorated tree that I'm just going to keep in a closet and haul out when I need to and put back. That's it. Not decorating my house. I'm not putting lights up. If Brandon wants to, he can do that. I'm not doing it. I don't care.
I picture you have one closet just dedicated to a tree.
Yeah, my Christmas closet. Yeah, if someone goes to put their coat in there, I'm like, yeah, no.
That's the tree's closet. Just don't.
Yeah, just don't. He's hibernating right now.
Why don't you take the decorations off and just put them all away?
No.
Have you ever tried to untangle Christmas lights that were in a box
and
all
tinsel?
Year?
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
And also decorating a Christmas tree. Last year, my grandparents went to Mexico around. Oops. I always throw my phone lately.
Whoopsie.
They went to Mexico. Durable. Yeah. End of November, beginning of December. So Brandon and I decided, because my grandparents hate hauling the Christmas tree out of the crawl space in our garage and all the decorations, because they decorate. And it usually doesn't happen until like a few days before Christmas anyway. So Brandon and I decided that we would haul all the shit out and put up the tree and like decorate it partially, and then my grandparents can decorate it. And they were super stoked and happy, except my grandpa was like, oh, half that stuff you brought out, like, we don't use. And I'm like, cool. Why do we have it?
That's what happens. You buy some shit, some of it breaks, or you lose it. You always seem to just lose a box. Like, we used to have a crawl space growing up. And we cram all of our Christmas decorations down there. So like a month, started December, drag out the Christmas decorations, kid. And we had...
That's where Halloween shit lives, too.
I remember we had this fucking tree, this artificial tree that had individual limbs on it.
Oh.
So you'd have to bundle them up. Like, this is the bottom level. This is level 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was like, you could tell the top and the top 2. You're like, fuck, what are the bottom ones? It was just a pain in the ass. And then we eventually got one where you just slide your hands down like, and it just fans out. You're like, there we go, bam,
nice.
Built-in lights and everything. And you just gotta
love
hang
that.
shit on them. Those were the best ones.
Yeah.
Never had a real tree.
No, me either. I think having a real tree would be so messy, so wasteful.
Plus, it's like you're already ruining the fucking planet with all the shit they make and sell, all the useless Christmas junk.
Yeah, and you're
On
going to
top
take
of that,
away a tree.
Give me a fucking tree, too, that I'm just going to throw on the curb in 2 weeks. Fuck that tree. Fuck the environment.
Yeah.
Fuck Christmas trees.
You know what I find really like aesthetically pleasing, and I have a 50-50 want of like a regular looking artificial tree or like a white or silver artificial tree, because I've seen like so many tasteful like white or silver artificial trees with like, lights already pre-installed on them, and then like your decorations of like green, red, and blue, and it just looks so sharp. Like it absolutely, like having a white or silver tree, it could definitely get tacky really quick, really easily
There's a fine line.
compared to a regular looking artificial tree. But when it's done right, it just looks so good to me. And if you have a white or silver tree, you can put like either white regular lights on it or colored, and it just is like this enveloped glow. Like,
I have seen some cool, different Christmas trees.
yeah.
I do like when they decorate. I think Centennial Park is apparently going to be lit up downtown. Yeah, free over the holidays to roam through there. I like when they decorate trees in nature, like trees outside. You're not chopping down a tree. You're just hanging some shit on it.
Yeah.
That's cool to me. And Christmas does have its good points, but most of them is just like when you're around family, just getting drunk playing euchre or watching TV.
Yeah. Or doing the Yankee swap Christmas trading game and fight.
What is that?
Oh.
Yankee swap.
It's when everyone at the Christmas party brings a gift that's like $20 or under, wraps it, and you all draw numbers, and number one picks a gift. Number two either steals number one's gift, and down the line.
Oh, that's what it's called. We did it at work last year.
It's also called like White Elephant Yankee swap.
I offered up a bottle of my homemade blackberry wine that we made at Flying Fish Winery. That stuff was good. Didn't make any this year. I didn't get enough blackberries.
I always tend to do like I stick in the comfy realm, so I'll do like slippers and like I think last year, a couple years ago, I did like a gift that had slippers in it and a face mask and some like bath product if it was for someone who liked bath bombs, but I also included chocolate because everyone likes chocolate. Not everyone likes bath bombs.
Oh heck yeah! I got a 10-pack of those Lindor red chocolates. Oh my god!
Yum!
I ate 5 after dinner and then 5 before bed. They're so good.
I know, they just like melt. And you know what the best chocolate is though? Oh my god, what's it called? Oh my god, Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli.
Oh, Ghirardelli chocolate is so fucking good.
Where do you get it? Is it like a buy anywhere in the store kind of thing?
No.
Oh, specialty.
It's a chocolate shop that started in San Francisco, and there's a Ghirardelli place in Disneyland.
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli.
Is it just an American thing?
No, because I think I've had Ghirardelli chocolates here, but I think they're just harder to find. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, to be honest, but it's super cool. They're so delicious. And if you're in Disneyland and you go to the Ghirardelli place, get a Ghirardelli sundae.
I'm not going to even try and spell it. I'm just going to talk into the phone here. The Ghirardelli?
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli chocolates. Give the Ghirardelli chocolates. Ghirardelli Chocolate Company. Here we go.
Yeah.
I just want to see what they look like so I can pick them out if I ever see them in the store. Oh, there's a whole like gift baskets and shit.
Yeah.
Business gifts.
Business gear.
Give me some business chocolates.
Give me some business Ghirardelli.
Oh shit! I had there's that little not frozen yogurt gelato place on Government Street, right across from where they're taking that building down.
Yum.
And I got salted caramel.
Oh.
And the other one was a hazelnut.
Oh my god.
It was pretty delicious. I've been here for 10 years on this
Never
island.
had gelato?
No, I never had that gelato.
Oh.
I've had gelato. I had
gelato in, oh God, where was I? I was in Caesar's Palace or the Venetian in Vegas.
Did the real Caesar live there?
Did the real Caesar live here?
Oh, there.
Didn't think so.
No, didn't think so.
Do you have a place where I can charge my pager?
Do you
have a payphone?
You got a payphone bank? A bank of payphones? I'm getting a cig on my beep.
God.
I can't believe Todd Phillips did that and the Joker.
I know.
Fucking crazy.
Very, very versatile man.
Joker's got to be, well, I guess it's only like a month and a half ago we saw it.
Yeah, they're talking about a sequel.
No.
I know. That's what I
No.
feel. That's what I feel. I feel like if they do a sequel, no matter bringing back Joaquin Phoenix and bringing back Todd Phillips, even if it's the exact same cast and crew, it's going to feel cheap, I feel.
They just need to leave it alone. Mm-hmm. It's a great standalone movie.
Yeah.
Film.
Yeah.
It's a film.
Yeah.
They just don't need. I hate how Hollywood does that. I
know.
Dropping snacks. Oh yeah, there it is. Snacks on my shirt. I just hate how Hollywood's like, let's just try to make more money off it.
Yeah.
Let's make a sequel and then a prequel.
Yep. That's basically what Hollywood did to this film.
Oh my God. The Joker was sinister. This movie was Sinistre.
Sinistre.
Sinistre 2.
Sinistre.
They were going for the fancy French Canadian spelling
R-E.
of sinister with R-E. And just like the center,
Just give me.
Yeah, we spell it R-E.
Yeah.
T-R-E.
Yeah. T-R-E.
This was your suggestion, this movie.
This was.
First you wanted As Above, So Below.
But it's not on Netflix anymore.
Mm.
And I know it was because I started watching it a while ago and I fell asleep. And I was like, this is excellent. A horror movie that I fell asleep within like 10, 15 minutes. It's got to be bad.
It had a higher rating than this one, too.
I know.
It had 26%. This one had 15.
And
It didn't even deserve 15.
no.
I didn't. Well, right off the hop, because you said there was a Sinister 1, right?
Yeah. And that one, to my recollection, was definitely better than this. I don't know how much better.
Well,
But the first one was straight to the point. You knew what was going on. You knew the motivation. Blah, blah, blah. This one, straight to what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize what it was about before we started watching it. I looked it up on IMDb and read a mother and her 2 twin boys move into a house that's haunted by a monster that preys on children.
Yeah.
And you get into this movie, and we start with like the kid
The silent
having
film
silent
dream
film
opener. Yeah.
which is just odd. And then he sees like a dead kid over his shoulder in his bed. It's like, and the next it's morning breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, are they living? Are they living in this place already? Where did they come from? Why didn't they have that as in part of the movie?
I know, right?
Show us where they're coming from. Like, yeah, well, you show us little bits along the way, but
we see at the very end where they came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this kid has a nightmare, wakes up, and he sees something like stirring in his closet. And you said right then, you were like, I would be gone out of my
Shitting
room.
my pants.
Yeah. And he just brings the blanket over his head, which brings up the age-old question, does covering yourself 100% fully in a blanket protect you? Is it some like protective force field around ghosts? Because when he did that, didn't fuck with him.
Well, I can honestly say from my own personal life that I have never been attacked by a ghost when I've been
In a blanket.
fully under a blanket. So technically,
Have
it's
you
worked
been
for me so
attacked
far.
by a ghost not in a blanket?
No, I have not.
But no, there is, I think, now this is just me talking out of my ass, but I feel like feeling super safe and secure and completely enveloped in a blanket probably has to do with like being in the womb. Because when we're like in pain or when we're like needing to protect ourselves, we curl inward and we go into the fetal position and we like engulf ourselves. So I feel like that has to do with it too. Because also when I'm like freaked out in bed and I've talked about this on the podcast before, and I'm scaring myself and getting into my head.
Singing Britney Spears.
Yeah. Oops. I'm not lying like a board straight under my blanket with my head poking out. I'm like curled up. Like if I make myself as small as possible, this person has to stab a few times in my bed to find me.
As you just like steeling yourself to like, okay, I'm just gonna look outside the blanket just a little bit.
Yep.
And I'm gonna look right there first.
Yep.
And then over my shoulder really quick.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then I'm like, oh God.
I didn't get scared like that, like someone was in there, like except for, and I've talked about this too before, when I thought Chucky was under my bed.
Oh, yeah.
And I would legit stand up on my bed and jump towards the door and turn the light on because I was like, fuck, he's right there. But I used to get these weird, I don't know if it was when I was getting sick or if like something was coming on like that. When I was a kid, I remember having these weird, like you ever get those nights where
Fever dreams?
well, something like that when you can't sleep. Like even as an adult, I have this when I can't sleep and you're getting like the I don't know if I'm awake or I'm dreaming or what's going on, and you get that. But I kept feeling like I was turning into a Lego-sized man, boy, which was weird. I'm like my room just feels. All of a sudden, I'm just like my room feels huge. Like I'm just on a Lego board and like the walls are 1,000 feet high. Like this is weird. It's random share there.
You know how there's lucid dreaming?
Yeah.
And there's like sleepwalking and sleep talking and stuff. I remember one time I had this dream and Bran was sleeping over and I had this dream that me, him, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend at the time, now fiance, were all four of us were driving in a car. And Brandon and his brother's fiance started like making out in the back seat, and I was in the passenger seat. And in the dream, I like reached my hand up and like karate chopped them. And then I was so mad, I woke up and my arm was in the air, ready to come down on Bran. And I was like, I told him about that, and the next day he was like, can you imagine if you didn't wake up and you just karate chop my fucking throat in your sleep?
Fucking, I think it's Ian Edwards has a bit about this guy sleep fighting in his dreams. It was like a real story out of the States or something, how he's like beating his wife while he was asleep. And like they're in the courtroom and she's like, oh, Your Honor, he totally did. He's like, fuck you, bitch. I can't wait to fall asleep tonight. Beat your ass. I'm not doing it justice. It was good though. Yeah, that's crazy. Like I've never been a sleepwalker. Actually, that's not true.
Whoa.
It was always weird hearing sleepwalking stories when you were a kid. Because my dad once, he was watching TV in the rec room. I lived in a 4-level split growing up. So I was on this floor, then there was the living room, kitchen, then the rec room, then the basement.
Whoa.
And I apparently walked out of my room, down 2 flights of stairs, opened the basement door, and was like, Steve! Steve! And my brother was sleeping down there. And my dad goes, you okay? And I just looked at him and was like, yeah. And just closed the basement door and went back to bed. I'm like, what?
Weird.
So that was always the creepiest thing about, I think I always sleptwalked like maybe 3 times. But always hearing that like, oh, how was your walk while you were asleep last night? I'm like, what?
Yeah. I think I told you about this or mentioned it on the podcast how like in October I woke Bran up and I was like sleep moving and sleep talking, and I woke him up because in my sleep I was like, oh fuck. And then he woke up and was like, what the hell? And then I rolled over and was just staring into the corner of my room, and I was like, what the hell? And I was staring, and Bran was like, okay, we're gonna okay. And no recollection. He was like, you scared the shit out of me yesterday. And I was like, really? Why? What'd I do? And he was like, he told me what happened. And I was like, weird. I wasn't dreaming. That wasn't a dream I had, and I don't remember that.
Our dream states are so weird. Since I've ended Sober October, I barely have any dreams. Barely. I kept a dream journal for all of October. Since I started smoking weed again, nothing. I'll have like a little bit of a dream, wake up, and be like, what was I dreaming? It doesn't matter. Day's starting. Like just no recollection at all.
No, I don't remember my dreams at all.
It's wild. Like I was though when I was sober. When no booze and no weed, was just like remembering everything. Like talking about strangling aliens with my bootlaces, shooting flamethrowers in a spaceship, beating people with Krav Maga. But let's get back to this movie. So we have Eddie from It. What was his name?
Deputy so-and-so.
Deputy so-and-so goes to a confession booth. And I thought that the for some reason the priest was going to have a bigger part in this movie.
Yeah.
Because he seemed like a major player.
Yeah, why did you show that? That was completely useless.
And it just seemed like that we got some information about Deputy so-and-so there. He's actually credited as Deputy so-and-so on IMDb.
That is his name in this.
Did she call him?
No,
by
she
his name, though?
no.
It's just Deputy.
Yeah.
Deputy. Hi, my name's Jeff. I'm going to call you Deputy.
Well, he doesn't even he just doesn't have a name. They don't talk to him or mention him by name.
This is like Layer Cake, Daniel Craig. Have you ever seen that movie, Layer Cake?
No.
Oh, my God. It's a good movie. Really well done. You should watch. But the main character, you never get his name in the whole movie.
Whoa.
And you don't even notice till the end. And he's like, if you were as good as me, you'd know my name. Bum, 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 bum. You're like,
Whoa.
what the fucking shit did he just say? And you watch it a second time, you're like, God damn it, no.
Huh.
Nobody knows his name. So cool.
Whoa.
But I kind of thought this priest came off like he was annoyed.
Yeah.
He's like, God, he slides the fucking thing over. And you've never done a confession before, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, like, okay, sir.
And then starts talking to this guy about, like, you were part of that story, was you? What happened, blah, 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 to the Oswalds? And I wrote down, yeah, what did happen to the Oswalds? Were the Oswalds the people that lived at the house?
Yeah, that's the family from the first one.
Okay. Because this movie was just confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, and how about this? The creepy guy at the grocery store.
Oh.
We never see him again.
Nope.
So
He's just her husband's spy that we find out.
Oh, he was working for him. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
That husband was a piece of garbage.
I know. So yeah, the next scene is these two boys in the supermarket playing around, and their mom's there, and we see this creepy ass guy following them, and then at one point he like snaps a photo of her, and she keeps running into him, and then she's like, "Okay, remember our code word? Remember what to do when I say rutabaga?" And they're like, "Rutabaga. Run." And she's like, "Yep, stay close together." And then she says rutabaga, and then they're running, and then she's like, "Rutabaga! Rutabaga!" And I'm like, "Okay, yell your safety word."
They
like,
might just change their safety word every now and then.
yes.
I thought this dude looked like Steve Buscemi with better teeth.
Yeah, like a
He had
younger. Yeah, totally.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, we never saw him again. And it was so far spaced away from when we see the dad later. It just seemed like there was no connection. I thought that maybe had they been at the grocery store 20 minutes before that scene, like later on, it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
So continuity wise, because like I didn't even think of that until you brought it up. Like, oh, that was her husband's crony. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
And then they go to the house without their groceries. And then it flashes to Deputy so-and-so talking to someone on the phone saying like, "Oh, no one's lived in that house in how long? Oh, it's for sale." And he like gets gas cans and stuff.
You mean it could be burnt down and nobody would care?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then gets there and they're there. And it's just like, how was there power and hot water?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I thought they were squatting there.
yeah, because that's how it sounds, because nobody should know that they're there. And it's, everyone thought it was abandoned.
But it was still for sale.
Yeah.
Correct? So that was one thing I brought up. I was like, maybe because it's still for sale,
They're
everything's
like-
still running.
Yeah, to show it.
But didn't we find out later it was her dad's house or something?
It was her friend's dad.
Friend's dad's house.
Yeah.
He's gonna be pretty nice guy. Well, I guess you got kids. Okay, you just
Yeah.
live there. Don't worry about it. We'll pay the bills.
Yeah.
I was almost gonna be like, no, that's too much. I'm like, no, that's just the right amount. I am not that big of an asshole, people. So they have a church on their property, which
Yeah.
is just creepy.
Yep. I would hate that.
Then you get people coming over going, oh, do you mind if we have a service here? No, get out of here.
It's boarded up. It's locked down.
It's Caesar Sunday. We're getting drunk on the deck. Get out of here.
This is our service.
But yeah, it was weird because all of a sudden we're in a church. And I don't think in the establishing shot of the farmhouse we saw a church.
No, just the side of a building with boarded up windows.
Yeah, the kid was looking at it and I was like, oh, was that the church he was looking at?
Yeah.
And do these people, like, do the mom and kids know what happened there?
Yeah. The mom knows, and she didn't think the kids knew, but the kids knew because the ghosts told them.
Yeah. It just seemed, man, like out of all the places where you could probably hold up with your two kids, you're on the lam, you're running.
Yeah.
Anywhere but a house where people were ritualistically tortured and murdered.
Yeah.
It's like, so I can just stay in an Airbnb for a month for how much? Or I can stay at my friend's dad's farm where multiple people were murdered by children?
Sign me up.
Saves me $1,000. Fucking psycho kid. And how? I'm kind of jumping ahead here. How did that mom not know what was going on with Zach? Kid was turning into a little psycho.
Yeah.
And she just, he's fine. Hi, Eddie.
Yeah, truly. I think she was just like, he's like his dad. Oh, well.
Yeah. Like I actually wrote down 14 minutes in. I've said this 14 minutes in and I'm confused. Like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? I
read in the trivia that Dylan, like the one that we spent a lot of time with in the beginning.
The pussy brother?
Yeah, that Zach calls him. Dylan's wearing blue all the time, which matches his mom, who's wearing blue all the time, and Deputy So-and-so saying that the three of them similar, very like calm, soft. And then Zach's wearing red all the time, like his dad is when we finally meet their dad, to show that like he's like his dad and like his violent outbursts. Yeah.
So here's my question. Was the kid, I guess he was kind of violent. Wasn't really violent at the start.
No, he was just a dick.
Yeah, he got violent after watching all those movies.
No, he was still violent. Like when he and his brother, I pointed this out to you, when they were brushing their teeth before he started watching the movies, when they started like fighting and like smacking each other, he like put his hands around his brother's neck.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna choke you out. He's fine, Mom. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
It's cool. We're fine. So, yeah, then we started getting introduced to these other ghosts that, so another like weird question, not even weird question, is who are these kids? Where do these kids come from?
Ghost children.
So were they all in the family beforehand? Like because it looked like they've each murdered their own family.
Yeah.
And filmed it.
Yeah.
So have we had multiple generations of people living in this house that belongs to her friend's dad?
I don't know if it's this. No, I don't think it's that house. I just think it's like from all over the world, because remember when we're listening to the ham radio thing, that was in Iceland. So I think it's just like kids who are possessed. Bagool. Gabagool.
Kind of looks like fucking Marilyn Manson.
A little bit.
Or Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
Yeah.
Wearing a weird mask. That was just a weird, like, not even a villain.
Nope.
Just some sort
side character.
Weird spirit that possesses
was
these
like,
children
hey,
to
do you guys want to make movies?
I got this great idea for a film. Well, I can't pay any of you though, but I'll have sandwiches and there'll be bottles of water and mandarin oranges while we're shooting.
Kool-Aid.
Sign me up for Kool-Aid.
Sign me up for a Capri Sun.
I can never get the straw on those goddamn things. You always have to stab it 6 times.
Yeah.
Capri Sun. This episode's brought to you by Capri Sun.
Oh, I wish. And Dunkaroos.
So, yeah, this kid's seeing dead people. And why is it that what's his name? Balog? Bagool. Bagool. Why just the kids? Like, is this, he has some sort of weird fetish about watching children murder adults?
No, they said in the long, weird exposition when they were investigating the ham radio that it was like the theft of innocence and like the corruption of. Pay attention, Jet.
Well,
just kidding.
I'm high. I didn't get as high as usual though. It's like fucking. I've done a couple of these podcasts where I'm like, Bleh.
Yeah,
my
and I'm
energy is
like,
low. God damn it, I can't be like this. But yeah, that's the thing. There was a lot of exposition.
Yep.
I did kind of just, start
zone out.
Yeah,
as one does.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait, what happened? It's okay, though.
It's fine.
So I love this. So Eddie shows up, and she just starts reaming him out. Like, no, you tell him that he's not taking the kids. Blah, blah, blah. He seemed like a pretty innocent-looking dude.
Yeah.
Who's like, he doesn't look like he works for pieces of shit.
No.
So But she just starts screaming at him right away.
Just full on protective mode.
Yeah.
And she's like, whatever he's paying you, I'll pay you double to leave us alone. Like, what'll it take for you to leave us alone or to say that you didn't see us here? And he's like, cup of coffee.
Yeah, just a cup of coffee.
Like, that should tip you off right then that, like, he's not with your ex.
Well, but he said, like, he works alone. I'm like, what do you mean you work alone? So
Yeah.
he's just investigating this whole thing on his own.
Yeah, because he
no
was a deputy in the first one, and then something happened and he got fired.
So he's the connection between the films?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you said, like, there was nothing else that was really connected.
Oh, yeah, just him, which I didn't even realize until I was looking at the IMDb page for this one and then the original one. So then, oh my God. The police officers and her husband show up, and she's like, no, like, you can't do this, you can't take them. And he's like, and the police officer's like, yes, I can, blah, blah, blah. And then ex-deputy goes all, actually, you can't, I know this. And then called their bluff, and her husband is like, this isn't over, whore.
The dude's just a piece of
Like,
shit.
and then he peels out in his red F-350, like,
The new Ford F-350. Do you like to beat your wife and force feed your kids mashed potatoes?
oh, yeah.
Well, the new F-350's the truck for you.
Oh, God.
You can put your baseball bat in the passenger seat. You got all the leg room for stretching those legs. You can kick the shit out of your kids. This is horrible.
Oh, my God.
Ford.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good talk down. I kind of like that.
Yeah. And then,
So Eddie's spending the night now.
yeah, she's like, please stay. And he's like, no, I couldn't. And then her son's like, no, please. And he's like, fuck.
Yeah,
Kid
I was like,
asked
all right,
me. I can't.
Fine.
I can't not.
But he can't sleep, so he stays up and he's looking at photos. And I got a kick out of this because
Yeah.
he has a magnifying glass. And I said, when's the last time you saw a magnifying glass? Because I remember growing up as a kid, we had like 3 in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, always had a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
You ever try to start a fire with it?
No.
Not a fire, but like burn grass,
No.
light a joint with it. I've seen that done on the internet.
Oh.
So they're sitting out there having a drink. I love the dialogue in this
Oh,
part.
God.
He's like, I'm not going to tell your kid what to do. I'm not his dad.
She's like, haha, but I wish you were.
Oh,
Okay.
awkward.
I've known you for 3 days.
Yeah, a bit fucking weird.
I mean, but also, if I were in her situation, I would want anyone else besides their dad to be their dad.
Oh, yeah, that guy was a piece of garbage.
So then, the ghosts are trying to get Dylan to watch, like, the movies in the last movie. And then Dylan's like, no, I'm over it. And then...
Oh, because they're snuff films, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I put together in this. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is just somebody's just really creepy vision of, like, I want to show people getting murdered.
And then we realized that the ghosts were, like, paying all the attention to Dylan and getting him involved to make the bad son, who would be easily corruptible, even more corruptible. Because remember, Zach was like, I can see them too. You're not special.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then he comes downstairs and he's like, why didn't I'm better? And they're like, no, you're actually stupider and you're not better. And gets him really agitated and already aggro against his brother. So then when Dylan's like, no, I'm not doing this anymore, they're like, fine, you already served your purpose.
Yeah,
like,
we got your brother.
we just wanted to make your brother angry and jealous and want to kill you. Like, okay, great.
Well, just like the videos themselves, I was like, God damn, some of them are hard to
Yeah.
watch. Like the mouth being pried open and the drill going
Yep.
into the gums.
And the rat one.
Ugh, the electrocution murder.
Yeah, literally all of them.
Yeah, they were gross.
And then,
Oh, yes. So this is where they make out.
oh
They
yeah.
got hammered in like half an hour on the swings.
Yeah.
Hey, let's have 4 more doubles.
Mm-hmm.
I figured they would though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have to say, throughout this whole movie, I noticed this: the cinematography was pretty decent.
Yeah.
It was shot and edited really well.
Yeah.
Or pretty well. Not like great, but
Mm-hmm.
that gave me the 15% right there for the
Yeah.
score.
Yeah. And then Zach starts beating the shit out of his brother. And then his mom's like, give me one good reason why you did this. And then Zach's like, fuck you, Dylan. And he turns to his mom and he's like, fuck you too, cunt.
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty crazy.
Whoa. And then she's like, gets up and he's like, what are you going to do? Hit me like dad. And she sends him to his room. But holy shit.
See that right there? She's just like, just go to your room and don't step foot out of there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't beat him, but you can put the fear of God into him at least.
Yeah.
She's just kind of rolled over.
Yeah, like.
This is pretty good sign right here that he's getting a little psycho.
Mm-hmm. And so their dad shows up with papers to legally get them, his boys, and he says to her, he's like, you can come with me and spend all the time you want with the boys and come back to the house, or you can be here by yourself and go through the court system, which are in my pocket, essentially. So she goes back to her house with him.
I can't believe she went back.
I can.
Ugh.
She didn't have any money. She wanted to be with her kids. She,
Yeah, I guess, but goddamn, this guy was a real piece of work.
Well, think about it this way. Like, if she didn't go with him, her kids would be alone with him.
That's true. Yes.
So it shows them at the dinner table, and Dylan doesn't want to eat, and then their dad freaks out and starts shoving food in his face, and he's like, boys gotta eat!
Yeah, you need all this energy for tomorrow. Eat!
And then we find out that her husband's name is Clint. Yuck.
I remember, I'm pretty sure Clint was the name of Ben Affleck's character in Dazed and Confused. I think it's no. Clint was the dude that tried to pick a fight with the nerd. He's like, what the fuck did you fucking say? Fucking faggot, fucking nerd.
Oh god.
He's pushing him down at the party at the moon tower. Clint, that asshole Clint. I'm gonna go fucking punch him. He answers the door with a shotgun. I love that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, you fucked my wife? Yeah, once you get a piece of her, it's hard to let go. Like,
yeah.
Come on,
and then
dude.
Proceeds to kick that guy and assault him.
Yeah. He's just telling him he's in danger. And he's like, what, from you? Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. This is an insecure dude driving a
Yep.
big F-350
With
Ford.
a shotgun.
Put the shotgun in the seat beside you and drive your Ford down the road because you're worried that your dick's too small.
And then we see...
Oh, this is where Zach starts making his film.
Yeah.
Shooting from the fucking
Bushes.
from the cornfield that his parents just don't like. You think you look over and go like, what the fuck is Zach doing in the bushes?
Yeah.
Like in the field with a old camcorder we haven't seen.
Yeah.
A hand crank video recorder.
And
just not a care in the world.
no. And he gives them like sparkling wine or something. And they drink it, and then Dylan realizes something's wrong, so he grabs his mom's phone, and that's when he says, help us. It's Dylan, help us. And then the next scene is Zach, who is probably, 11?
Mm-hmm, maybe.
Driving his dad's F-350.
The F-350. Even
into the
kids can drive
cornfield,
it.
like, okay, sure.
Well, at this point, too, he has heaved 3 adults, like, because the kid, like the other kid drank some too.
Yeah.
He drank the poison Kool-Aid. Like, why would you do that? You know something's up. He sends that text, but still he ends up on the cross.
Well, no, he sent the text after he drank it.
Oh.
Because he had the cup in his hand and he was looking at it.
Where did this kid get poison or whatever the hell he used? And then how did he lift these people into the back of the truck and then lift them onto crosses?
Yeah, hoist them up.
When did he build crosses?
Yeah.
Like, this is a pre-planned thing. Are the ghosts helping him? They're ghosts.
Honestly, maybe.
Well, I guess, okay, hold on. The ghosts are helping because later they're chucking books and shit all around and they're beating people up. So I guess these fucking things can mess with the actual real world.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's very, you see, it's very odd.
You really have to suspend your belief in this one. Like,
yeah.
Oh, the ghosts can just be real now? Fine.
Yeah. And then.
But his brother's been dreaming this murder video is the whole movie. It's like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, little premonition.
It's that twin connection, I guess.
Yeah. And then.
Oh, but he burnt the fucking dad first.
Yeah, good. And he throws his Zippo into the gasoline flame, which lights and then ignites his dad. And then he somehow went and got the Zippo from the flame to therefore try and light it again to light his brother.
It wasn't hot. Didn't burn his hand.
Nope.
I've grabbed plates at work that were too hot before. I'm like, I can't use that finger for a while.
And then we see sheriff or deputy so-and-so pull up and ram Zach and start cutting down the mom and the son. And Zach's just totally fine, unscathed, unharmed.
Gets up like the Terminator. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Time to burn my brother. Boom, boom, boom,
And
boom,
then he
boom.
grabs this like scythe thing.
Scythe.
And then
We get the worst point of view GoPro fucking shoot.
follow in the and then he comes across deputy so-and-so and he's like, and he chops off like 2 fingers clean
Because he didn't sidestep at all. I don't even know why did Eddie come back? Oh no, I keep calling him Eddie. Deputy so-and-so come back. Like you're making a run for it. Just keep, I don't mean that. I mean like why did he come back and like
in the corn.
Try to stop Dickface there because he could just keep running. Just pick a row and run.
Yeah.
Like that's the trick to getting through a cornfield is just think horizontal and perpendicular, horizontal, perpendicular and parallel. Just pick a row and fucking sprint. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't got lost in a cornfield in a while. I would think it would work though.
And then, what? They get out of the cornfield.
Well, now they go back to the house.
Yeah.
So they follow him into the house, and this is where the ghosts start fucking with them, like slamming doors. And that's when I was going, they're ghosts. They can just float through doors. Why are they opening doors looking for these people? And then I'm like, okay, it's for the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I actually thought that was pretty well done. The whole invisible people bit.
Yes.
Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was freaky because it wasn't just one ghost. It was like 5 or 6 doing
there was
things at the
5
same
of them, I
time.
think. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was
Yeah.
well done. It didn't look fake or like CGI.
And then the constant shots in the bathroom from like the ghost girl vigorously opening and closing the shower curtain, and then the reflection in the mirror that the mom sees it's nothing. Yeah, that was good.
So that whole part, that was like my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah,
Because everything else just leading up to it was like, bleh,
I know.
bleh.
So then we're led on a wild goose chase, and Courtney, the mom, and Dylan run downstairs, and Zach's going after them. And then Sheriff so-and-so, Deputy so-and-so is like...
Deputy Eddie so-and-so.
Yeah, is like, hey, Zach. And he turns around and he smashes the fucking camera.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
I love the delay on his nose. He sees it break and he's like, and then he crouches down, grabs the film, and starts reeling it out. And he's like, now you can't shoot any films. And he's like, reels out more. And then he's like, no. I'm like, dude, that was like 15 seconds too late.
And then
you watched it happen.
The worst scene in this movie. He runs up like so many
2 stories?
Yeah, 2 stories of stairs and comes through to this room that looks like a basement that behind him has stairs going upward to lead out. So
the 3rd floor of
the 3rd floor
this
basement.
is the 2nd basement on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Continue past here to the kitchen and the rookery.
Because
keep the owls.
you were like, oh, well, maybe it's the attic. And I'm like, no, because there's stairs behind him going up.
Stairs to the 2nd attic.
Yeah. Like, it just made no sense.
He goes up there trying to find another camera, and he's like, no, there's no camera.
And then the ghost kids are like, oh, you're so fucked.
I love this. He fails to murder his family, so they're like, well, you got to die, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a second chance. You didn't finish the film.
Yeah.
Now we have to kill you.
And then
Jack White just shows up, grabs him by the shoulder, and is like,
and disintegrates him.
And for some reason, it's on a screen being projected at the same time.
To the parent, or to the mom. And then the projector lights on fire. And then once they leave the 2nd basement attic, first
attic number 2,
room,
first basement, 3rd floor.
the whole house is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I love this. Eddie just runs downstairs. Okay. So she just runs into the room, the 2nd basement on the 3rd floor, attic 2, and she can see her son being disintegrated on the screen. So I'm like, okay, first of all, It happened. They recorded it. Then the ghost spun it around, put it in there, projected it on the screen, put the screen down, got the fuck out of the room, cleaned up the mess so she could see that as it was burning. And then Eddie's just like, he's gone. He's gone. We got to go. And she's like, oh, okay. What do you mean?
I didn't like him anyway.
What do you mean he's gone? Where did he go? And there's like
Yeah.
no questions like, where's my son? What have you done with my son?
Yeah.
It just seems like ridiculous. She just accepted it. I'm like, and then they wrote outside. He's like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah. And then I said to you, like, okay, good luck explaining the death of your husband and your one son to the group of law enforcement that is, quote, in your husband's pocket.
They know him.
Like, okay.
So, miss, how did he get up on the cross
My
next to the other crosses?
My 11-year-old son did it. I was on the cross to the right, and my other son was on the cross to the left.
Now, ma'am, it seems a little unfeasible that he could lift 3 full-grown bodies, 2 full-grown adults and a young male teenager. He must have had help.
Yeah, the ghosts helped him, but also the pure brute force of the F-350.
The F-350. When you need to haul bodies that are passed out and hang them on a cross, you need Ford's F-350. Perfect for murdering your family and destroying the evidence.
Oh,
This, it just seemed like a lot he would have to explain. And how did it fucking end? We just get like a flash like scare of like
Gabagool.
the bagool.
yeah.
It just. At least it was only like an hour, and I think they did 10 minutes of credits because it was only like an hour and 30 minutes.
Really?
It wasn't,
felt like way longer.
It was too long, but it's over. We made it through. It could have been better. Like it could have been better
It could have.
with the
Rocked.
maybe the intro to the movie is them moving into this house.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you can stay here as long as you want. Oh, just to know though, it had a murder in it or two.
Yeah.
Like,
Just a lot, like, explanation, like.
yeah. I don't like movies where I have to think too much, especially when I've been smoking weed.
Yeah, and
not fair.
especially like a horror. Like I like a good horror movie that makes you like question and think, or like
Yeah.
a thriller. But this one, that wasn't the type of like horror to do so.
Well-
So why are you forcing me to try and figure out your plot?
Yeah, the question I asked most of the time was, "What the fuck
Yeah,
is going on?"
yeah.
And I just kept thinking, "God, when is this going to end?"
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I get the cinema. Like I said, the cinematography was good. It
Yes.
was pretty good. The editing was all right. There was a couple times where I was like, "This is stupid,"
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to give this because it was such a dramatic fucking scene to watch, and we kind of only
Oh.
touched on it once. I'm going to give this 1 cauldron rat
Mm.
out of 25 burning cauldrons.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this 1 alligator jaw snapping shut.
CGI alligator.
Yeah, 1 CGI alligator's CGI jaw snapping shut in a swamp full of 50 alligators.
Damn. See, even those scenes, like when we're watching their snuff films, and they've got 4 bodies hanging upside down over
Yeah.
a swamp. So we have to assume there's a big enough tree,
Yep,
or
to-
4 trees
or-
side by side,
Yeah.
or 1 just gigantic limb off of a massive
yeah, like
tree.
where are you?
Where these kids could, and think about this: when it was only the first kid, he had to do it all by himself.
Yeah.
Who helped him? Was it Bagul? Does Bagul
Yeah,
help
like-
them? We have never seen any evidence of it, but he can touch people. So he's
True,
like the
and-
other ghosts who
Yeah.
can assume solid form, which just goes against everything that ghosts are.
I know. It just
Welcome to
it's-
my TED Talk. But yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
It's just it's too convoluted to follow. Doesn't make sense.
And it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have watched the first one. You've seen the first one though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first one is Ethan Hawke in it. It's pretty
Oh.
good. Yeah.
Well, all right. We haven't done a call to action in a while. Hey, if you're listening, follow us on Instagram, Real Garbage Podcast. Follow us you can listen to us on Podbean, Apple Music, Spotify, Castbox, Google Play. I think that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Real Garbage Podcast. If you have any suggestions,
hit us up.
Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you like it, share it and tell people about it because we like doing this and we like doing this for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, let's get the fuck out of here.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
This is Real Garbage.